everyone, and welcome to Average Avengers. Today, we're going to start off with an interview with someone that I admire greatly, and I'm so happy that you could be here with us. This is Michelle from Round 2 Fitness, and I figure we could get started by asking you, Michelle, to kind of give us a little bit of background about yourself and how the dream of Round 2 Fitness became a reality.
For sure. So first of all, this is a second career for me. Career one, I taught marketing and business courses at Laurentian. I usually say I got tired of hanging out with stuffy academics and now prefer happy, sweaty people. We've been here 2.5 years, I guess. It was 2 years in February. So now, with the pandemic and everything, I've been closed and virtual more than I've been open and in person. And I have zero regrets about that. I certainly am not enjoying, the pandemic thing. Here's Coach Emilio. This is Coach Emilio.
Hi, Coach Emilio.
I was supposed to press
the phone button, and you press the phone button. Okay, go hang out, and Mommy will be there in a minute. So yeah, that's kind of how things came to be. Round 2, I like to call Emilio Mr. Round 2. He was my round 2 baby after my first husband passed away. I talk a lot about how grief led to a round 2 of friendships, new relationships, new career. And that's kind of how the name of the gym came to be.
I think grief is kind of a good jumping off point, actually, not to be too dour about it. But I think that a lot of people these days have a little bit of grief about a loss of liberty, a loss of ability to go and work out, things like that. And I found that specifically a year later, a lot of people that have been kind of not doing anything for a year, kind of waking up being like, is there something I can do to keep healthy?
So I think that early on in my training days in the pandemic, the first thing that I noticed among my crew was a slipping immediately into skipping workouts and not eating well and indulging too much in various substances. And I told them so I guess another side of me, or another thing that I feel serves me well in all of this. I have 4 kids. I've done this restart in fitness thing more than 4 times. So I've done it before, and I don't think that having to restart or starting from scratch is ever a bad thing. To me, these are just bumps in the road. So every single time, and I'm actually this close, next on my list of things to do, to creating a little freebie. I've been working on some little freebies on my website for the way that I started every time. So every time I restarted, I did the same thing. 7 minutes in the morning. So no bra, no clothes, like pajamas, no bra. So for women, sometimes getting up and putting the sports bra on and doing all of the things before you do the workout is an obstacle. And so remove that obstacle. So create a workout that is no impact. So, the girls don't hit you in the face. And you take out that step. So all I did for the first little while coming back to fitness each time was commit to 7 minutes in the morning. And eventually that starts to feel good, and you go, maybe I'll move it to 14. And then it's like, okay, maybe I'm ready to put a bra on and incorporate some impact into that. And starting with those small little movements, basic steps, get the water in, move your body a little bit, really builds the foundation, instead of, okay, I'm going to work out for an hour a day, 5 days a week, and I'm going to get 10,000 steps in a day. And then the first day that you fail at one of those things that you put on the list, you feel like you're a failure, and it spirals, and I'm a failure and I'm not doing the things, and you get all out of control. So I've always said, start with those baby steps and don't move on to the next step until the first step is habit.
Awesome.
I definitely appreciate it for the reminders to just get up and move or have water or whatever the case is. If say we were to say we've kind of gotten into that routine, now we're looking to take those next few steps forward. Again, still from home, outside of maybe taking a walk or doing some unsquishing, really opening. What could be some exercises we could try and do, even in either in our home or in our own backyard, maybe at a park or down the road?
So this would not be a park or down the road, but I have a tool that I'm going to step off screen and go grab for you that I think that your audience will really appreciate as an exercise tool.
Oh, yes. I remember those.
So this is a mace. So a great substitute for a mace is a sledgehammer. So one of the things that we do is we hold on to it with our lats down. So just that process of pulling lats down to your glutes will get you a nice little core workout. It's incredible actually just how much your core has to be engaged to keep this mace from hitting you in the head. So we call this a self-correcting tool. So you will only hit yourself in the head once, and then you will learn how to control the mace properly. So once you've got some training, you can swing the mace in a 360. So that's a 360. And there's a lot that goes into that. You have to practice what's called the 5 and 7 first. So that's 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then you get that momentum and bring it around. So I usually recommend that people practice the 5 and 7 and the holding of the mace before they even try to swing it. Okay, you have to be able to relax in the backswing and then get tight. We call it selective tension in that front hold. So we're tight here and we're relaxed in the back. But then you can do cool things with the mace. Like if you just grab the mace and pull it away from you and squat, this is a whole different kind of squat. You can also hold it this way, sideways, unstabilized. So picture a sledgehammer here. Okay, squat with it like that. All kinds of stabilizer muscles involved. It turns a regular squat, which is supposed to be just, you know, your ass and your glutes, into a whole other beast where you have to control your core, get some upper body strength in there too. You can do lunges with the mace. You can do offset presses. Okay, and again, so when you press overhead like this with a sledgehammer or a mace, you have to make sure that you're not the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? So there's all kinds of other muscle control things that you need to get under control when you're playing with the mace. So this is a great way to incorporate exercise and a little bit of weight into a workout that's not going to cost you a ton of money and is actually accessible.
That might be a good place to end us off then. Where can people find you?
So my website is www.myround2.com. So it's 2TWO, and it's myround2.com. And it's got full list of programs and membership options, but there's also a little button on each page that's chat with Michelle. And I usually recommend that people go there first and just book a quick 15-minute where do I start? I do have an intro to exercise program like that my mom did, and where I kind of will send my new moms as well, and anybody that's new to exercise and can't tolerate impact right away. I suggest that they do, I call it the Little Bits program first before they jump into regular classes, just so that there's no risk of injury, and start with like beginner stuff before you start on the full path to badassery.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate having you here.